My name's Wendy Carver and I'm the CEO of Lifeline Harbour at Hawkesbury. In Australia, we provide crisis support and suicide prevention. So we have a national vision that is to have an Australia free of suicide. And then our national mission is to provide support to individuals and communities to try and ensure that they're resilient and suicide safe. Then when you come down to a centre such as Lifeline Harbour to Hawkesbury, we meet that mission by providing quite a large suite of suicide prevention and crisis support services. And we're probably one of the largest centres in Australia, so we have a large suite of services. I think there were probably two catalysts to deciding we would like to be certified, or for all our services to be certified. The first one would be because we're a member of Lifeline Australia, and obviously to be accredited by them we have to abide by all the policies and procedures and standards. We have our own local policies and procedures, but we're overarched by Lifeline Australia, which is really good. And then I think the second reason was really because we believe we're a very good Lifeline centre. We believe we have very professional services with good standards and all those sort of things. And I think on the one hand it's good to believe and think that, but you also need some sort of validation or assurance that what you're thinking is actually true. So we had a look at what options were available, what sort of accreditation or certification we wanted to go with, and chose to go with best practice to do ISO certification. And it was kind of like going for the highest level, going for an international one. And there were times when I thought we were pretty stupid to have made that decision because it was challenging. But at the end of the day, we're just really over the moon to have that certification. And it took us probably well over 12 months, if not 18 months, to really look at every little aspect of this Lifeline Centre, our operations and our administration and our different services streams, all the individual services, the policies and procedures that we had in place. So really, we had to put a lot of time and energy into looking at what we do and how we do it, which is all good, and then do a lot of work making sure that the structure we had for our policies and procedures and manuals were going to meet ISO certification, and they were what we actually needed and wanted. So the challenge was really just for very busy staff who are probably overworked and underpaid, finding the time to do all the work to make sure we got through the certification with a good scorecard, which is what we wanted. Right from the word go, we've only dealt with two people, and they were both fantastic and very supportive. So we didn't have to keep building new relationships with new people. We knew who we were working with. They played a very supportive role right the way through from when we made the decision to go with ISO, and they encouraged us. They helped us when we were identifying gaps and how to overcome those gaps before we actually went through the review. So it was a very, very warm, friendly, supportive relationship. Before we started reviewing all our practices and policies and things, we had a different structure. Most of our services had their own policies and procedure manuals. So we had all sorts of manuals, and we had an administration manual, and a lot of the generic policies and procedures that go across our whole organisation, whether it's services, operations, or our retail shops or our book depots, were repeated time and time again in lots and lots of different manuals. So by going through the certification, we restructured all our policy and procedure manuals, and we've got just a very few manuals because they're more concise, and there's an overarching manual that has all the generic stuff, so doesn't have to be repeated time and time again. So the structure of our policies and procedures are much, much better. They're much easier for the staff to work with, the volunteers to work with. They're easier to maintain because you don't have to worry if I've changed something in one place that I haven't changed it in 1,000 other places. You've only got to change it once. So I just think we're more efficient, we're more effective, all those sort of things. The fact, as I said before, We didn't have to work with a lot of different people. We had support from the word go, right from when we decided we were going to go through the certification process with them, right to the end of the review. There was just, we were never alone. It was a very good working relationship, and we really appreciated it. I think one of the key things that's come out of ISO is the sort of culture of continuous quality improvement. So all of our managers, having worked through to when we did the review, it's just common practice now, that they think that way about our services, which is so important. And currently this year and probably next year, what we want to be focusing on is consolidation. And because we've done a lot of growth and now we need to consolidate. And I think the certification was almost the catalyst to help us consolidate, because we can now focus on this continuous quality improvement of our existing services, what we're doing, in the building, how we're operating, and how the different service streams are operating. So that's been the biggest thing that I'm very conscious of, that it's helped us with. It helps us just have that confidence in the standards of the services we're providing, and that we're doing no harm and we're not putting people at risk. And I think it's certainly very helpful for funding. When we apply for funding for new services or for funding to be rolled over, either with the government or other organisations, just having ISO certification, it's recognised, it gives us great credibility.